Just about set for football. The crowd is definitely ready. So are we. Off we go on EA Sports. Whoa! They finally get him down, but he gets all the way up close to the 40-yard line. The 49ers offense set to get to work for the first time. They'll be led out by the quarterback now in his 4th NFL campaign.
It's not so much that he was able to throw for over 400 yards in last week's game, Mike, but it's the fact that he made it look so easy. Every time he touched the ball, it seemed like they were just up and down the field with very little resistance, and he doesn't necessarily have to repeat that type of production this week, but he certainly wouldn't hurt their chances of winning if he's somehow able to do so.
Here's 2nd and 2. They'll try to get the running game going. His first carry, and that'll give him a first down. Tackle made after the pickup of 3. With that, I want to give you a look at his numbers on the ground in last week's game. Set to go now on 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. The pass rush gets home, and he goes down.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. Got a man open downfield on the crossing route. It's a gain of 19 in the air. First down, 49ers.
And this is what you can do when you have one of the best receivers in the game. You understand that even if the coverage is not perfect for the play call, sometimes it...
Oh, got him again the second time with a sack on this opening drive.
Sometimes you just have to know when the play is over and live to play another down. He has pressure coming right at him, and instead of just throwing the ball away, he tries to escape, he tries to get creative, and he ends up losing a lot more yards than he should have.
A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play. Anytime you run a draw, you're hoping the linebacker reads pass and starts dropping into his pass coverage. That's what creates space for your running back to get going. Well, not this time. The linebacker saw it from the jump. He's able to penetrate in the backfield and take the runner down for a loss.
And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. The Rams offense taking the field for the first time. They'll be led out by the young man in his 2nd season in the NFL.
It's not often that you can win by multiple scores in the NFL, so you got to imagine they're coming into this week's game with a lot of confidence. They were able to put together a pretty well-rounded performance in all 3 phases last week. So, again, can they build off that? Can they continue to grow as an entire team? Because offense, defense, and solid contribution from those special teams, they showed last week, and going forward, this is going to be a hard team to beat.
Can't ask for much more. 22 yards on the first play of the drive.
Didn't take them long to get now to their opponent's side of the field. I like the idea of starting this drive with some explosive pass plays. That's going to open everything up, both underneath in the passing game and on the ground. So big play to get this drive off to a fast start.
High throw, but it's reeled in. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard. Here's a 2nd and 9. Now they'll set up to throw. His throw left side is complete. And he's going to be taken down right at the 25-yard line.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They clearly have a mismatch in their favor, and every time they've looked his way, he's continued to make big plays. If I'm this coordinator, I think I'm giving him one more shot and see if he can push this thing over the goal line and come away with 6.
Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. Space getting tight here, down to the 13-yard line. They work 1st and 10. That's to the end zone, but they can't connect. It's incomplete.
Well, if you're going to target him in the end zone, you better come correct, man, because this guy, he embraces those moments of one-on-one coverage when it matters the most, and I think he just saved 6 by getting his hands on that one. They couldn't quite connect there on that short pass, Mike, and I just think it's worth reminding everyone how different the concepts are down here in the red zone than what the rest of the game plan calls for in the normal part of the field.
He'll go left side here and complete this one. And he will not quite get to the marker. Good job there defensively, and now decision time. What are you going to do on 4th down? He'll look to throw. And he cannot get the throw off. He's going to be sacked. And they will turn it over on downs.
And here we have a real gutsy call here, Mike, early in this game offensively. I think you're giving up a surefire field goal attempt, but at the same time, you're demonstrating to your players, hey, offense, I have a lot of trust in you, and let's see if they have this same approach as the rest of this game plays on.
The 49ers offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And they've used him quite a bit in the passing game. Take a look at the NFL leaders in receiving yards for running backs, and he's right there among the best in the league. Now, faking the give. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. On play action, he'll set up to throw. Got a man left side. It's caught. And he'll be brought down, but not before they move it up past the 30-yard line.
And it doesn't really matter who you put on him, Mike. When you want to play one-on-one man coverage against a receiver like this, there's not a whole lot else you can do. It's hard to put help over the top because the ball's being thrown out by the sidelines. I like playing in and out. I like playing zones. Somebody underneath, somebody over the top. Share the responsibility. But that's not what they're doing. That's straight man coverage. Quarterback sees the matchup. There's no question where the ball's going to go.
So a lot of options on the table now. It's 1st and 5. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. A high throw there, but a nice job to go up and get it. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
Anytime you're facing a zone defense, you're working from your first progression all the way through. But when guys are open in this level, Mike, they don't stay open very long. So what they taught us as receivers, if you're open, stay open. And if you're not open, you better get open quick because that ball is coming out.
Now a run on 1st down. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it. They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. Back to throw. He'll tuck it and take off. Good decision to take off. He gets 15 yards and a 1st down.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the 1st down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
Fine work defensively. That's going to be knocked away and go down as an incompletion. They'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. He'll drop to throw. That's into traffic, but taken in. And the Niners are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. And he can't get away. Down he goes, back to 16.
The offense goes from feeling really good about the previous play with a real nice pickup to then on the ensuing play ending up going the complete opposite direction. Really nice job here by the defense immediately getting back on track. And what do the coaches say? Just play the next play, and that's exactly what they did.
First down was not very good. Here's 2nd and goal. He's got his man on the in route. Yes, take it in over the middle. A nice drive. This is the 9th play coming up, and they cash it in on 3rd and goal. That one, take it in. Touchdown, 49ers. His 6th touchdown now for the season.
But you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their 2nd possession.
Seven 0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. He fields it at the 8. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. The Rams offense ready for their 2nd possession. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a 1st down. Back to throw here to begin the drive. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. A peek at his receiving numbers from a week ago, part of the offensive performance that led them to victory. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. We are through 1. The Niners have the early advantage. We're back in Southern California in a moment. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Going right sideline and complete. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. A handoff as they try to run it here. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. 2nd and 7. They'll stick with him again. And he'll get this close to a 1st down. Gets about 7, maybe a yard short of the 1st down. Here's 3rd down and a few inches. Trying to pick this one up on the ground. And he's going to have a Rams 1st down. At least at first glance, they'll spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on 3rd and inches. Now this time they'll look to throw. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. back to the air once more on second down. Nowhere to go. He is taken down.
Just another example of poor decision-making. I mean, making a bad play even worse. There's nothing there on second down. Just throw the ball into the stands and move on to third. Now you take that sack, and it's going to take a miracle to stay on the field.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. Throwing now from the gun. The pressure all over him. He goes down again.
It's just so hard to get anything going when you're just not confident running your own system. And all these early sacks, yes, they kill drives, but think what it does to the quarterback. The quarterback just can't be confident operating out of the pocket. There's no rhythm, there's no timing, and everything you planned on doing today coming in is out the window.
Here's the San Francisco offense, ready to take possession of the ball once more. They lead it here in the second quarter, 7-0. As they begin with a 1st and 10. The defense all over this one. They get him behind the line of scrimmage, a loss of a couple.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but
pressure gets there, and down he goes.
This has been a tough sequence right out of the jump. You work all week on your opening script, and they're usually the plays that you feel the best about to try to establish some sort of early rhythm, but through 2 plays, run and pass, all they've done is go backwards.
And that is incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
Perhaps he didn't get all of it. Their catch is taken right around midfield. The Rams offense and their big play wideout getting set for their next possession. And he's right there in contention for the most receiving yards by a wideout this year, currently ranked 2nd in the NFL. Blown back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
The goal of every offense, Mike, is to find a way to establish a balance between the run and the pass. With some success here early on the ground, will open up things as the game unfolds for the quarterback in this passing game.
A modest gain, maybe 2 yards. It's 2nd down. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
And that is incomplete.
So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan, and then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the second phase and what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play him man-to-man, and it's exactly what they did here, and there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away. And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals, but in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The 49ers offense ready for this next possession. The lead sits at 4, so they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
It is 3rd and 10. incomplete.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
Fair catch is called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. Here come the Rams as their offense trots back onto the field. They trail by 4. A touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. They'll begin here on the ground. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. Moving the tight end right. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. Here now, 3rd and 5. From out of the gun, he'll throw. Open man, left side, he's got it. That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a 1st down.
I know, I'm biased. But listen, you can't convince me, Mike, that there's a better option on the field, especially when you got a guy like this, than on 3rd down or critical moments. That's where the ball needs to go. The size, the speed, the matchup problems that he creates. If I was in a critical situation, there is no doubt where I'm going with the ball.
And it's complete to the sideline. Nice job getting both feet down inbounds. 2nd and a yard. Back to the air one more time. Fires left sideline. That is complete. And he will score. Touchdown, L.A. A terrific play all the way around. Finished off by the receiver, who not only made the grab, but Greg turned it up and takes it into the end zone.
And that's the tricky part, Mike, that transition from receiver to runner. And in this case, he does it flawlessly. Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then get upfield and get yourself in the end zone.
No problem there on the extra point. And the Rams are on top. It's now 10-7. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This will be returned from the 6. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The Niners offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides. This drive kicks off with 1st and 10.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. Little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good game.
They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. They'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. This offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack. On comes the punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. A fair catch called and taken right at the 30-yard line. The Rams offense and the wideout getting set to go once more. And it may be time for this defense to start throwing a second defender at him, maybe. Look at what he's done. Whatever the defense has tried in the first half, it hasn't worked. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. They face 2nd down and 7. They'll throw out of the gun. And the rush gets home. He'll go down. They got him. The Niners will use the first of their timeouts. They'll talk things over before third down. They'll try to get this one on the ground. Timeout 49ers. That is their second. As they'll discuss what's to come as fourth down is looming. Here's the punter now. And he'll be looking for something better after that poor first punt. And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. The Niners offense getting set to get back to work. They'll begin with 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback understanding who you can account for.
And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long. On third down, they'll set up to throw. That's over the middle and intercepted. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
The best way, Mike, for a defense to bait these bad throws is don't allow the quarterback to throw the ball to their first read. By the time he gets to the third or fourth read, in this case, the defender has already put himself in position, jumped that route, challenged the receiver, and that's a big-time takeaway.
The Rams offense going to take over here in the final minute of this first half. They'll have a short field looking to build on the lead. Now they'll set up to throw. Nowhere to get away, and he's going to go down.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
Now a timeout Rams, that's number 2, as they'll stop it just a little bit over 30 seconds to go in this first half. Blitz coming, he'll throw it. This defense hitting their ears back, coming to get him again.
If this quarterback's offensive line had as much fight as he does, I don't think they'd be in this situation to begin with. I mean, it's not even halftime here, Mike, and they've already given up 6 sacks. At this rate, I'm not sure they're confident their quarterback's going to make it out of this game in one piece.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Now give on the ground. He'll be stopped here short of the first down marker. Penalty flag is out as well. Here's their punter now, as he is on to punt for the Rams. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Niners offense going to take over just before the half. They'll do so with 1st and 10. They do try to run it out as they start on the ground. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. So we're at halftime with just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll send you over to Orlando, our EA Sports halftime report with the coach. Jonathan, all yours.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. More from you and Greg in a moment. But first, time for a look around the NFL to see what's going on here and what's already been an eventful afternoon of football. We'll start over at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, where it was the Bucs who were able to get the victory at home. The Bucs off to a strong start as they run their mark to 4-2 with the victory.
Coach, thanks. This one's still anyone's game. We'll see who can come out with the hot hand in this second half. About to get started. This one taken at the 7. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The home team's offense going to have the first crack at it as we begin this third quarter. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. That one a bit high, but it's complete. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line.
Well, any fear they might have had that they'd come out of the halftime break flat has completely gone out the window. They're not content, Mike, here just having the lead. They're looking to extend it. A couple more plays like that, they're going to find themselves in scoring territory here very quickly.
On 1st and 10, they'll set up to throw. Quickly to the outside and complete.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
Now, faking the give. He throws right side down the field, and it is brought in. And they're going to get this ball down to the 20-yard line.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. They'll look to throw yet again. He's got it at about the 8. And the Rams are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. They'll look to throw again. He's got it at the 3.
As a route runner, once you identify zone coverage like they were playing here, the key is find open space and stay in it. He did a nice job here because that was not a big hole. The quarterback had to put a little extra on that one.
And that big offensive line, clearing space. He's in. Touchdown, Rams.
You can just see the comfort, Mike, that this offense continues to play with. The early momentum in the first half has carried here after the break, and you can see this group just slowly starting to pull away.
And I'm thinking, Greg, about the guys on the other side. You're waiting at halftime, that other offense waiting to get back on the field. What happens? They come right out, extend the lead, and now the task gets a lot tougher for this second half. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. From the 6, here comes a return. Now an opening past the 30. And they will finally get him down, but he gets all the way close to the 40-yard line. The Niners offense headed back to take over once more. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back, and in some of these coverage units, when you know that ball's got to come out fast, and right now, they're teeing off and taking advantage of it. And, Mike, I think as they try to find themselves clawing back in this game, they're going to have to make a concentrated effort here in the second half to continue to get him involved. Give him opportunities in space with the ball in his hand, and chances are, when he has it, good things happen.
They'll run. He'll try the left side now. Space to run. Inside the 20. It's a pickup of 16 yards down to the 16.
Finding yourself down here, multiple scores in the second half. The defense is going to give you some friendly run looks. So don't be afraid to mix it in there. But if you're going to find yourself coming back from this deficit, you're going to have to do it primarily through the air with just a little bit of mix of the run.
They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. Back to throw. Quick throw, taken in. And this drive's going to continue. He's taken down, but they are set up with 1st and goal. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. And this is too far over the end line. It's incomplete. Another one from the 5. 2nd down and goal. He'll drop to throw. Oh, man, wide open. He's got it. Touchdown, San Francisco. Greg, it's the quarterback's best friend, and you were that guy for a lot of years. The tight end in a tight area with man coverage.
Yeah, and it's really twofold, Mike, right? First and foremost, we see so many of these tight ends around the league that now have gotten to the point where one-on-one matchups, that's advantage offense. But then even in the cases they don't create great separation, Mike, it's their size, their catch radius. It's such a friendly target for the quarterback that when things get tight in the red zone, they look to the tight end.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This will be returned from the 6. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. The home team's offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long. Oh, and a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass he'll say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up 2nd down. Tight end going in motion here. Back to the air again on 2nd and 10. And he's going to get this to the 37-yard line.
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end.
And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. Quick throw, out wide. It's caught.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
And he's going to have the 1st down. So they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1. Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. His 8th reception of the game, and good for a 1st down. On play action, he'll set up to throw. There's that man again, another catch. That catch number 40 on the season for him.
This is clinic tape for any young wide receiver out there watching this guy run routes. He has the defender thinking everything is a go ball. Attack him vertically, and then when you get to your route depth, you stick that foot in the ground, you break in, balls on time, results in a nice 1st down pickup.
Quick throw here is complete. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. They send the tight end in motion. This one caught at the 4. He is in. Touchdown, Los Angeles. A try here for the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Rams go up by 10. 24-14 is their lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This taken in at the 8-yard line. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The 49ers offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And I want to take you through the highlights here. They have been plentiful from the quarterback position. Has the offense running at a high efficiency throughout, and we'll try to sustain it here down the stretch. Here's 1st and 10. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And he'll try to use that size and push forward, but it will not work. They're going to get him down behind the line. 2nd and 11. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is. He does a fantastic job, Mike, of not only locating the ball in the air, but then attacking it hands on hands. That's exactly something they work on every week in practice. Great job translating those drills into a live game.
This fielded inside the 35. And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. The home team's offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. This drive will start on the ground. And that'll be a pickup of 3. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And he'll weave his way down close to that first down. Going to come up just a little shy. It's going to be 3rd down and short. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete.
Really just comes down to everybody understanding the situation. You realize, how many yards do I need to get for the first down? And just make sure at least one of my receivers is past the sticks. That's where he went with the ball, and they're able to convert.
He's hit after the catch, and the ball comes free. The Niners have got it. And he is going to bring this one back. They force the fumble, and it leads to a defensive score. Greg, what a terrible play for the offense. You're trying to gain some momentum. Here you not only lose the handle of the ball, you hand the defense 6 points.
And Mike, how often do we see that when a player loses the ball, his confidence is not far behind? And I think in this case, that's where the coaching comes in. Put your arm around.
And remember now, all turnovers must be reviewed by replay. So this one is going to need a little closer look. At issue was the knee. or any other body part except the hand down before the ball comes loose? And are the visuals convincing enough to overturn the call on the field? So that one overturned. They say the runner was down, and that will not be a fumble. So back and forth they go as we are through 3. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. Here's a 2nd and 12. They'll turn and hand this one off. And he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6, and it sets up 3rd down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
And this game almost just flipped completely on his head. You find yourself with a lead, just trying to milk the clock away in the 4th quarter, and that's a gift. I mean, that defender just flat out drops the ball, and if he's able to secure that takeaway, this game looks very different for this offense.
The 49ers offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. The deficit is at 10, so an important drive forthcoming. Getting started with 1st and 10. Now a give up the middle. And he surges forward for a gain of about 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. They'll look to throw. Throwing downfield, right side, and it's caught. A gain there of 20. It's good for a Niners 1st down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
He'll swing this one out wide to his running back.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short gain.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. That's over the middle and take it in. He's got it. It's a gain of 12 there. 1st down, 49ers. He'll look to throw. A throw on the move is caught. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line.
It's like a textbook, methodical, efficient NFL drive. 4 for 4 throwing the ball, mixing in some run. You're just marching the ball downfield at your will, and they get a fresh set of downs now to see if they can convert this nice drive into some points.
Up the middle they go. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up 2nd down. From the gun, here's a handoff. And he'll be near the 1st down marker. Let's call it a gain of 3, but a short yardage situation coming up on 3rd down. Now they'll set up to throw. This offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
This has been a masterful game plan defensively. I mean, not only have they found their mismatches and been able to exploit them, it's led to 7 sacks so far. I mean, even when the offense seems to make an adjustment, Mike, the defense just still seems to be one step ahead of them.
So, a big one coming for their veteran kicker. This to get back to a one-possession game. And this one, right down the middle. It's good. And they are indeed back within one score.
So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
The Rams offense starting to trot out for this next possession. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe gets a yard out of that one. It's 2nd down. They're going to motion the tight end over here. They'll throw out of the gun. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. They go 5 receivers for 3rd down and 4. Putting the tight end in motion. Open man, left side. He's got it. He's going to pick up the 1st down and more. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
So this is a part of the game that everybody works on, Mike. They call it 4-minute offense, and you don't necessarily have to have 4 minutes on the clock. But the whole idea is we possess the ball late in the 4th quarter with the lead. The goal is we want to end the game with the ball. So that 3rd down conversion is going to go a long way. Protect the ball, continue to pick up 1st downs. If they do that, I don't even think their opponent sees the ball again. Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
They'll look to throw yet again. Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. He can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down. And they're going to get to him and take him down, taken back to the other side of midfield.
As this clock continues to tick, we're getting dangerously close here to do-or-die territory. But after that 3rd down sack, real good chance of getting off the field. No points allowed. Let's see if their offense now can do their job, because defense certainly did theirs.
Punt team headed out for the Rams as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a 4th quarter lead. And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds. Here's the San Francisco offense, ready to take possession of the ball once more. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a 1st down. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He tosses over the middle. This one is caught. And he'll be tackled up around the 45-yard line. Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts left. It's 1st and 10.
All right, this is a good start. Plays like these are definitely going to help as you work your way into scoring range. While you have to be wary of the clock and keep an eye on it, they should have plenty of time here to finish this drive. And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
That's a prototypical coverage sack. All 11 guys on the field doing their job. Starts with sound back-end coverage. Nowhere to go quick with the ball. The quarterback has no chance but to extend the play. Look for something late developing downfield. That was all the time this front needed to chase him down and bring him down for a sack.
That's taken in. And he's going to get there. He's got the first down. What great awareness after the catch. He gets enough to move the chain. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete. Another try, 2nd and 10. They'll drop to throw. This offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack. That is incomplete. And here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down. Back to throw. And that is incomplete. They had their chance. They took it there. Look, they're trailing late. Got to let it fly. This will wind up a turnover on downs. Now, whistles here. Looks like one of the defenders got a head start.
Still first down.
So, a lot of options on the table now. It's 1st and 5. Handoff here, up the middle. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Victory formation, defense powerless to stop. And that should just about do it. Victory formation here as he's down to a knee.